unfortunately, what this means is that with with the Green Arrow and all of his vigilante friends off the streets of the CW, we've got people now taking it into their own hands.
What are we doing?
AKA this mystery person still on the run. I don't believe we've caught him yet as of recording this. Knowing my luck, by the time this comes out and you see it, I'm sure developments will be had. But as of this very moment, it's kind of a crazy situation when we have UnitedHealthcare CEO Brian Thompson fatally shot outside of a Hilton hotel in Midtown New York City in a targeted attack. So we have an unknown gunman. We have kind of a blurry picture of him. He was at some point, in fact, on a bike, and that's all we know about him. He used a silencer, and he knew how to use a gun when it jammed. He unjammed it and continued shooting this man cold-blooded in the middle of the street in New York City.
What are we doing?
It was, in fact, 6 a.m. in the morning, but, still people around. Plenty of witnesses with plenty of HD iPhones in their hands, but all we have is this blurry kind of surveillance camera footage from across the street to identify this unknown criminal. The CEO of insurance giant UnitedHealthcare was gunned down Wednesday outside a luxury Midtown hotel, a targeted attack by a chilling, methodical killer who used a firearm with a silencer, police said. His name was Brian Thompson. RIP to you. Thoughts and prayers go out to friends and family, anyone close to Mr. Thompson.
What are we doing?
He was 50 years old. It was repeatedly shot by the masked gunman who had been waiting outside the Hilton Hotel along 6th Avenue, where the CEO was hosting an investors conference, said the New York Police Department Commissioner Jessica Tisch. Many people passed the suspect, but he appeared to wait for his intended target, she said. The cold-blooded gunman remained on the loose late Wednesday and could be seen in disturbing surveillance footage obtained by the Post, claiming firing multiple gunshots at the victim at around 6:46 a.m. God, there's so many more details, and I don't think I'm going to get into them. Investigators firmly believe a phone found in an alleyway near the Hilton belongs to the gunman and obtained a search warrant to comb through its contents, sources told the Post. A manhunt was underway for suspects as the NYPD and Crime Stoppers offered a $10,000 reward.
What are we doing?
Hey, let me tell you something. It's 2024 and we're still in Biden's inflation economics here. $10,000 doesn't do much for a family. Listen, I understand that could probably get a lot of people through the next couple of months. But if you want us out of bed, if you want me to leave the comfort of this home, if you want me to be retroactively looking for this man, especially when, no, I'm not getting into it, but if you want me to be excited to go find this man who, by the way, knows how to use a gun, still has a gun, has a silencer on said gun, and is not afraid to shoot someone multiple times point blank range.
What are we doing?
then I'm going to need you to add one more zero to that reward. You need to make it $100,000. And then I think maybe we'll have somewhat of a chance to find this man, okay? $10,000 isn't cutting it. Based on the evidence we have so far, it does appear that the victim was specifically targeted, Kenny said, but at this point, we do not know why. It does not appear to be a random act of violence. Thompson was a well-respected man in his field, ranking in a salary of nearly $9.9 million a year. Well, maybe that had something to do with it. To head the nation's largest private health insurer, according to Economic Research Institute. So there's also stories out now that the shell casings that were found on the ground that day also had words engraved into the side of them. Something like justice and liberty for all, something like that, dude. But it's kind of this heinous, vigilant, like there's rumors swirling on Twitter that like the guy who shot him had like a family member, I think maybe die from cancer, and like United Health probably didn't give them the treatment they needed and made it probably a little bit difficult for the family having to go out of pocket for their health treatments like most cancer patients do.
What are we doing?
But our higher ups are making tens of millions of dollars a year. Listen, it's unfortunate, but I don't think anything else is has come from this story. Let's double check. Manhunt for killer enters third day. I mean, so still on the loose. Don't know if they're gonna find him, and it's looking like we'll see. We'll keep you up to date on the story here at the What Are We Doing podcast. You know what I mean?